Problem.
I'm
Well,
here. Can you hear me?
yeah, we can
Yeah, we
now.
can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay.
We're ready to roll.
Okay, let's start the show. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2.
The following program does not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Reality Radio 101, its advertisers and sponsors, or its listening audience. Listener discretion is advised. Good afternoon and welcome to the Liquid Green Health Show with your hosts Fred and Janet Cox right here on Reality Radio 101. To get on board, send us an email. Our email address is liquidgreenhealthshow@gmail.com. And now, ladies and gentlemen, right to your hosts of the Liquid Green Health Show, Fred and Janet Cox.
And good afternoon. Good afternoon to all of our listeners across Canada, the United States, and of course around the globe. We are the Coxes. And as usual, you're in for an hour of edutainment designed for information purposes only. And folks, every week we say this, an hour really goes very, very quickly. We have a host of information to pass on to our listening audiences today. And like I said, it goes very, very quickly. We love your comments, so please keep them coming to liquidgreenhealthshow@gmail.com. That's liquidgreenhealthshow@gmail.com. And please let us know where you're listening from. This helps us a lot as we go through our list. Anything you want to say before we run through?
Well, it's been
okay. You don't have anything to say. Good.
no, just that the Olympics have started.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very busy week, right?
I think it's
very
kind of
busy
boring.
week.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to all the Jamaican wins.
But it's funny. I think this is the first Olympics that I'm really not excited.
That's because Guyana has nothing. You have nothing to be excited about. Come join our Jamaican team. And Canadian, of course.
Okay.
And to the U.S. listeners.
I'm not going to make a comment. No comments on that. No comments on that. Folks, as I said earlier, please send your emails with all of your comments to liquidgreenhealthshow@gmail.com. And of course, let us know where you're tuning in from. Now, we have a very exciting program, lots of information today. And we also have a wonderful guest that we're going to be introducing shortly. Now, we're going to be talking about supplements
but
today.
When you asked me if I had anything to say, and I really was looking for an email that we got during the week, and I just
found it. Okay.
And it says it's from Francis. It came in a couple of days ago, and I really want to read it because it's a big up for us. Jamaica, we say big up. It says, "Hey, the Liquid Green Health Show team. I love what you guys are doing in the space. Your relaxed and entertaining approach to serious health topics truly makes the Liquid Green Health Show a standout in the podcast world. I came across your contact listed on the show's RSS feed and wanted to connect. Is this the best way to reach you?" So, Francis, we will be reaching out to you because we love that comment. And that's what we get from so many of our listeners. So thank you again to all our listeners everywhere that you're listening from. Okay, Frederick.
Okay, as I've said, the topic today is on supplements. Now, the world of dietary supplements is very, very complex.
Yeah.
And while a balanced diet is ideal for obtaining essential nutrients, many of us turn to supplements to fill nutritional gaps and boost overall health. And this is mainly because of the deficiencies in the standard American diet, SAD.
SAD diet.
The SAD diet. Now, supplements are not just about compensating for what's missing. They're they also serve as an extra health boost and the preventative measure to ward off sickness and, disease and stuff like that. Right?
Yeah.
You want to say something?
This afternoon, we will be discussing one supplement that is picking up steam within the natural health industry. And according to their promotional literature, if you had to use just one product, Fountain of Life is the one. I know you have some questions about that, Frederick, right? About the
well, that's what they say on the literature. Yeah, that's what
right?
they say on the literature, right?
About it, and we don't take sides. We just try to bring information.
That's the information
to everyone,
on, right?
And supplements. How many supplements do you take?
A lot.
What's a lot? 5, 10, 15?
I probably take about 6. Yeah, about 6 every day.
About 6 twice a day.
Yes.
And some days more.
Not really. No.
I think so, because when I add them all up, I know I take, because I'm diligent. Sometimes, you pick up the supplements and folks, no word of a lie. Sometimes before I take it, I might put it in a pocket. Then you forget to take it.
And then I find it in the car.
Find it in the car, or find it on my desk.
Find it in the bedroom on the floor.
So supplements are a little bit of a challenge, especially the pills that you have to take so many of them. But
I wish there weren't so many pills, because sometimes it's kind of difficult.
It is difficult. And that's one of the pluses of the new supplement we're going to hear about, right?
Yeah.
So let's get started.
So to tell us more about this amazing supplement and its many health benefits, as touted by those who have used it for a variety of health issues, is guest Jaz Marcos, a nurse by profession who has worked both in hospital and corporate settings for over a decade in New York City. Jasmine now lives in Toronto and is a distributor for the Fountain of Life.
I would like to say something just before we bring Jasmine on. Just for, what's the word? For
caveat?
No. Geez, I'm forgetting my word.
Disclaimer.
Not disclaimer, but for transparency. Thank you.
Oh.
I hope this is not.
It took you so long to come up with that word, man.
I hope this is not a sign that I need.
You need more supplements.
More supplements. Fountain of Life.
Yes.
But as for perfect transparency, we have Jasmine on the show, but my very good friend Les Scott told us about the supplement first. I have another friend, Barbara, who was on our show a couple of weeks ago. She uses it and she told us about it. But you know what? Jasmine is a nurse and she's going to do it justice.
Yeah.
So Jasmine, welcome. We met you just a few weeks ago at a conference and you were delivering a presentation. And in your presentation about really what causes, why are we sick? What makes us sick, right? And you did that presentation and I was enthralled. I listened and then you talked about Fountain of Life. So welcome again. And let's start with that. What makes us sick?
Well, Janet, it's a very broad question, but I make it as simple as possible. Now, our body is designed to heal itself, but with so many factors from the food that we eat and the environment where we live in, it can contribute and it can increase the amount of free radicals in our body, which eventually will play a role why we get sick. So to break it down, our cells, they contain oxygen. And the free radicals, actually, they are missing an oxygen, missing an electron. So what they do is they steal from another cell in our body. Now, it's going to be a vicious cycle because nobody donates. So wherever they took that oxygen, that electron, then it becomes free radical. There is no resolution. So why do we need antioxidants? Antioxidants donate that electron so that it stabilizes the cell and it does not turn into a free radical. Now, people ask, what is a free radical, by the way? Now, free radicals
are there. Free radicals.
Go ahead.
free radicals are like Frederick, the ones that buck society. They don't do what they're supposed to do. They go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
Free radicals are normal byproducts of metabolism. So when we eat, our body breaks down the food, we get the energy, we produce free radicals. But in doing so, we get free radicals from so many different sources. Number one, the food that we eat. There are two processes now. Over 20 years, the advancement in technology helped us produce food in volumes, but they have added a lot of stuff, okay, to make the production at a shorter time and to increase the shelf life of those food that you'll find in the supermarket. So they have been processed so much that they care about the volume, but disregarding the nutritional value of the food. Okay, so that's one thing. Now, if you're not sleeping early and you're lacking sleep, that also contributes to the addition of free radicals in our body. Smoking, alcohol, the use of antibiotics, drugs, toxins, household chemicals, the pollution in the air, and UV rays, and of course, smoking and excessive exercise. So those are the factors that would contribute to the increase of free radicals in our body. Now,
you know
go,
what?
go ahead.
One, you mentioned a list of things. Do you know in that list, perhaps the number one most important, we talk about this all the time. What do you think, Frederick? The number one most
Sleep.
important thing?
Sleep.
Sleep.
Yeah.
And again, we know about processed foods and all the other, the UV light and the toxins, etc. But sleep tends to lead the list. It's the top of the list.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did you mention excess exercise
Yes.
that contribute to free radicals?
Correct.
Wow.
But isn't that temporary though?
It is temporary, but then we normally get the antioxidant through our food, but because our foods are too processed, we're not getting it from our food anymore. And one more thing that would contribute to the increase of free radicals, which I think is very important, EMF. We have in every household computers, laptops, we have our cell phones, we have handheld devices, and we also have microwave. And whether we like it or not, they can increase the free radicals in our body. And whether we like it or not, whether we have them or not, the antennas and the towers are all over the place.
Yeah.
We are not spared from it, from EMF.
So we're constantly bombarded with things that the body doesn't like.
Exactly. So what happens?
We become so complacent though. We become so complacent. Like who's gonna get, I only know about 2 or 3 people that don't own a microwave, and they did, and they got rid of it. So, you know, there's so many things that we can't avoid, or it's so inconvenient. Who's gonna give up their cell phone?
Yep.
You know, or you know,
in today's
Yeah.
society, who's going to do that, right?
But go ahead, but it is real.
Exactly. So when the number of free radicals are very high, our body is in a so-called oxidative stress state, wherein the amount of antioxidant is not enough to counteract or to neutralize the harmful effects of those free radicals. So what do we need? First of all, we need to have a balanced diet. We need to have antioxidants in our diet. But what is happening? Because of too much processing, we are missing lignans. Lignans are antioxidant. They're found in plants, vegetables, fruits, grains, seeds, nuts, and tea. You'll also find lignans in red wine, in coffee, but very minuscule amount. Now, the research has shown that we should have at least 50 to 100 milligrams of lignans every day. But what have they discovered so far? We only have 1 milligram a day. And if we are not taking supplement to supplement that antioxidant, okay, so we are missing out on a lot of things. That's why eventually the free radicals disturb our cells, destroy our DNA, and that would lead you to diagnoses such as cancer, or you start to get sick. And
the cardiovascular diseases, the
the inflammation, cardiovascular diseases, the diabetes, the high cholesterol level, the hypertension, anything and everything.
Yeah.
They start to. So, Jan, I would like to mention about our global issues, actually. Globally, we had over 18 million of people diagnosed with cancer in year 2020. And then the diabetes, which is now 521 million, is expected to go up to 1.3 billion by year 2050. And our fear here is usually the supply of insulin.
Right.
Because we have more people who are sick and we don't have enough insulin. And worldwide, more than 1 billion people will have obesity. And right now, they're common in children. They're becoming common in children. Right now, we have about 39 million children obese.
Can you imagine what happened to those days of running around and getting your exercise? Everybody, all the kids, so many of the kids now are on their tablets and in front of the screen and playing the games. And so the exercise is down, even in the schools, right? Recess is what?
Correct.
Right?
This is really funny because parents nowadays will give their children a handheld device to shut them and they can continue with their day-to-day grind. But as they age, the parents are trying to let them spend less screen time and be active. So who started it in the first place? You see, so it's a huge problem. And now they have found over 40% of the global population currently suffer from some kind of neurological condition. Dementia is rising up, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's. And the numbers will double up by year 2050. And last but not least, but we have more, I'm just touching on the major ones. More than 500 million people around the world continue to be affected by cardiovascular diseases, which accounted for 20.5 million deaths in 2020 alone.
Yep. And that doesn't even take into consideration things like pandemics and COVID and some of the new forms of bacteria that will attack us, right? Just one thing about, sorry, go ahead.
So, no, you finish yours, then
I was just going to get back to the problem with the kids. I was looking at an article the other day, and just what you mentioned, how parents, they're the ones that really started it by giving the kids the tablets. Kids weren't born with tablets in their hands, but they've used it as babysitters, etc. And now when they try to wean the children up to 2 to 3 years old, you probably have seen some of those videos, the temper tantrums that these people, it's as if they're going through a withdrawal from a drug. That's how bad it is, right?
Correct.
So, and these are 2 and 3 year olds. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we're living in a
Conundrum.
we're living on a planet that is experiencing a global catastrophe when it comes to free radicals.
Yeah.
You have local and you have global, conditions that are causing an abundance of free radicals. And then you have, as Jasmine mentioned, you have 39 million kids worldwide that is obese. You have, elderly people that can't cope, because their system is just shot. Their immune system is shot. How do we address, and this is going to bring us to the topic that we wanted to talk about today. How do we address these conditions? Because whether we like it or not, free radicals are going to be here. It's going to become more,
more of a problem.
It's going to become more of a problem. How do we solve it? Because technological advances is going to produce more free radicals.
But just before Jasmine gets into the specifics of the supplement that we're emphasizing today, there is, Jasmine, you mentioned the statistics and how horrible the prognosis is not fantastic, right?
Correct.
But on the plus side, I always look at the glass as half full, right? On
Not
the
happy.
side, there are so many new advances technologically. Sometimes I think perhaps you're going to be able to just strap, they already have it, strap something on your gut and it will exercise and give you the six-pack abs without even moving a muscle. So there are things coming down the pipeline. I think if we can live, most people can live healthy for the next 5 to 10 years. There are going to be so many other things. We did a show on that, on biohacking, but we let you get on with what you were saying. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
so how do we address the problem?
Okay, first of all, we need to have a supplement because even if we go to the grocery store and just simply buy fruits and vegetables, keep in mind that when we cook the vegetable, as we cook them, we're killing the lignans.
Yep.
So we're actually eating something that has no value. And remember, lignans are antioxidants. So if you prefer salads, it's better than cooking the food for 2 to 3 hours because there's no nutritional value in it anymore. And we all know that. Now, we need to have a supplement, and people have taken so many supplements. We have so many in the market, but sometimes we need to take 5, 6, 10, or more. So synthetic supplements, eventually in the long term use of it, has some effects to our liver, especially because our liver is in charge in detoxifying everything and anything that gets in contact with our body, right? So what is the best solution for that? I have discovered the fountain of life, which is a Norwegian spruce tree extract. It's natural, it's plant-based, it's vegan, and it's alcohol-free, it's gluten-free, it's non-GMO, and most especially, it's made in Canada. Actually, the raw material is coming from Finland, somewhere in the forest of Finland, where the temperature is minus 50 degrees centigrade. So the scientists found out that how come this tree, when we wrapped it in plastic, we wrapped a branch wrapped in plastic, put it in the freezer for 2 years. How come when we opened it, it grew another branch? How come when we left some branches on the ground, it grew another branch? So they found out that it's self-healing, and it actually lives for hundreds, probably even thousands of years. So it heals itself. When they studied the tree, the extract has a lot of lignans in it. Lignans are antioxidants. And there are so many types of lignans, but we have the most powerful lignan, which is the 7-HMR, because it's not just an antioxidant, but it has properties to counteract cancer cells.
Okay, now, as you said, there are different types of lignans, and most of it is found in legumes, right? Vegetables and stuff like that.
Vegetables, fruits.
Yeah, we know that flaxseed and what's the other one? And soy has the higher amount among those.
Flaxseed
has more than any other when it comes to fruits and vegetables, and then followed by
sesame seed,
soy, I think.
Sesame seed. Yeah,
that is correct. I totally agree. But among the food sources, Fred, let me just continue. Among the food sources, compared to broccoli, to kale, to apricot, to sesame seeds, flaxseed has the most. Yes. For every 100 ml of flaxseed, you get 300 milligrams of lignans. But how much of flaxseed can you eat every single day to achieve the required amount of lignans on a day-to-day basis before you start going to the bathroom all the time, right?
Right.
So compared to the fountain of life, which is the Norwegian spruce tree, for every 100 ml, it is 17 times more in terms of lignans compared to flaxseed. So for every 100 ml of Fountain of Life, you will have 5,166 milligrams of lignans. And in just one simple regimen, even if you cook your food, you don't have to worry, because taking the Fountain of Life sublingually ensures that you get your lignans, whatever is the daily required amount.
Okay, and I think she answered my question that I wanted to ask. What makes it different?
Right.
What makes the Fountain of Life different, the lignans in the Fountain of Life different compared to the food source? And she answered that it has a lot more lignans. Also, I would, part of the research that I did, I realized that the food source lignans has fiber, right? And it also it is not sugar-free compared to the Fountain of Life. Am I correct?
If you talk about sugar-free, I am not so sure about that, but the Fountain of Life actually tastes bitter. Bitter because your body needs it. And it tastes sweeter eventually when you have already met that amount of lignan and your body's used to it, your body has cleansed, so you're not that in bad shape anymore. But Fountain of Life actually is bitter. It's from the bark of a tree.
And you know what, Jasmine, I totally can agree with you. I remember my friend Les when he gave us a bottle and he said, I said, oh, it's awful. It tastes so bitter, like it's terrible. I didn't like the taste of it. And he explained just what you did, just what you just said, that if your body has the toxins and it's not yet operating optimally, it will actually taste worse. So I'm very happy to say I don't find it as unpleasant anymore. That means I'm doing better, right?
Correct, correct.
Yeah. Okay.
And I just want to remind our listeners that Fountain of Life is natural. And because it's natural, don't expect overnight results. Because think of our body, how much have we eaten in terms of fast foods, the abuses that we did to our body, it happened for so many years. And taking Fountain of Life, it doesn't change the whole thing overnight.
Right. Nothing does, actually. Nothing
Nothing does. And when it's a natural supplement, it takes about 3 to 4, even to 6 months. But for somebody who has a medical problem, some people just feel the difference in just a few minutes, in a day, weeks. But for someone like you, like Fred, like me, that I'm very, very particular and I always pay attention to what I put in my body, and I'm very health conscious. So when I started taking Fountain of Life in August or September of last year, I did not really feel any difference other than I sleep better and I have more energy when I have to work extended hours.
Right.
So
And you and I had this conversation when we met earlier in the week, and I said the same thing to you. I have taken it, and I cannot say for me that I've noticed a big difference. And I think it's because I'm relatively healthy. I don't have a lot of issues, but I have seen videos, I've read testimonials where people are singing praises, people with diabetes, people with other chronic conditions that have taken this product, and they are literally, saying that, for the lack of a better term, that they were healed. Right? So can you explain what it is about this product that
this is specific?
Yeah, what are some of the specific things that this product does to the body that causes people to feel that improvement?
Absolutely. So, like I said, the free radicals are actually instrumental in destroying our cells and our DNA. So when we don't take antioxidants, they continue to destroy our cells. Eventually, we get sick. So we will have an inflammation somewhere in our body. Inflammation could be chronic or just acute as a response to some foreign bodies in our body, right? But chronic inflammation, for example, arthritis,
Yes.
chronic inflammation would eventually cause cardiovascular disease.
Yep.
Chronic inflammation can also disturb the glucose absorption in our body. There are two types of problems here in terms of diabetes. One is type 1, where you're born with it and you have to be dependent on insulin. But type 2 has a lot to do with chronic inflammation, with your lifestyle, the food that you eat, right? So with this, there is insulin resistance.
Yes.
Either your body is not picking up the insulin, it did not allow the insulin to enter your circulation because of an inflammation. So now there's an increased glucose in your blood. Or your pancreas is not secreting enough and you're eating more of the sweet stuff, the carbs, which in turn turn into glucose.
Yeah. And
so those are the two scenarios.
What about blood pressure? Does it help? If somebody has blood pressure, is it something they should take? Would that help?
A lot of our users actually claim that it normalizes their blood pressure and it also lowers their cholesterol and it helps them with their prostate issues because eventually it actually helps you lower your PSA. For those who have problems with their prostate, some enlargement, it shows a higher PSA count in your blood work. And after taking it for 2 weeks or 1 month, people have noticed that their stream is improving and their frequency to use the bathroom has decreased. They're sleeping much better because they only wake up once or twice at night.
So
okay, it's before you get to the next question, it's 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And I want to get to email.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to come back and we're going to find out how this product is used. What is the best time to take it?
How long you'll have to take it.
And how long you'll have to take it.
ask.
Okay. All right. So our first email came in from Brian, and Brian says, topic for today. Oh, he was asked this.
He says, good topic for today.
Good topic for today. Thanks to Janet and Fred. I think I need to start wearing my glasses. All right. Here's another one from Karen. Do Liquid Green folks sell supplements? Yes, we do.
And tell them how.
And the best way to get it is you go to liquidgreenhealthshow.com. That's liquidgreenhealthshow.com. And there's a page there that says supplement. Click on that. And there are various types of supplements that you can make a choice from.
And we will tell you later on how you can actually get the supplement that we're talking about today.
We'll talk about that. Here's one from Irene, and Irene says, the Coxes are fantastic. Blum, 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 blum. There's so much confusion regarding supplements. Help.
And you know what?
She's so right. You know, you go into, whether it's the drugstore or you go into the health food stores, and there are many of them around, there's a plethora of supplements out there. Going into the health food stores today is like going into a drugstore. I mean, a supermarket. So many supplements.
And you know what? Sorry, go ahead.
And you know, they come in many forms: liquid, powder, tablets. You make a choice. You just have to know your current health condition, and there's a supplement there.
Right. And there are so many different types, as you said.
Yeah.
And the problem with supplements is that they're not regulated.
That's the problem. Big problem. So you have to be careful what you're choosing, read the label, and read the fine print.
And we have so many holistic practitioners out there
Yeah.
that can help to guide you through this. Because even flaxseed, like I didn't realize that flaxseed, they tout it as being fantastic for breast cancer.
It's the process.
For breast cancer, no, it helps with breast cancer 100%. That's proven. But it could actually make some of the other types of cancer worse.
Okay.
So that's why, even though you're supplementing, you still need to check.
Know your condition.
Know your condition, like I mentioned last week.
Speak to a health practitioner.
The magnesium that we were talking about.
Yeah.
And how it can interfere with certain medications that you take. Yeah. So when we come back, I also remind me to ask Jasmine if it interferes, if FOL will interfere with
Yeah.
any of
And the other thing we need to make
Okay.
clear about supplements as well. There are many supplements on the market that have not been tested properly. There's really no real scientific proof that they work. So you got to be very, very careful
And one
and
of the
choose the right
companies that we always talk about, the green world, the pharmaceutical, they're actually, I wish more companies will move
And we're going to be
towards
talking about
so
that
where
at
they
another
actually
show.
are doing the test and doing
Yeah.
the proof.
Okay. And here's another email from Steve. And Steve says, Janet is so right. Kids today do very little exercise. Not like when we were kids. Where's your guest from? Is she in Canada? Is she a doctor?
Okay, let's
Right.
go back right now to Jasmine.
Yes.
And Jasmine, could you answer that question for us? Because you know what? We really didn't do you justice with your introduction.
Okay, I am now in Canada. I used to be in the US in Manhattan, New York. I'm now in Canada. And if the listener would like to get in touch and learn more about Fountain of Life, absolutely, I'm free to talk to. But also, Janet, this Fountain of Life, they have introduced it in the market since 2018. By then, we were NPN1 classification by Health Canada. Now, there are 3 classifications from Health Canada for a nutritional supplement that's natural. I mean, for a supplement that's natural. In May 1st, 2024, after extensive testing, okay, and study and research and hearing all those testimonials, we received the highest classification from Health Canada, which is NPN3.
Okay.
And if we have to go further, we will be considered as a pharmaceutical drug. But as a nutritional supplement, we are regulated and we have the NPN3 classification. And so far in the market, we're the only supplement that provides the highest source of dietary lignans.
Okay, that's great. And
That's good to know.
something else you didn't say personally about yourself, and it's a good time to say it, because I know when we met, we talked extensively, and when you were married and your husband actually in Canada had for years, he had could you tell us about the
Condition.
business you had?
Oh, we have
What you do currently?
a nursing agency that my late husband started 43 years ago with his first wife. She also passed away. And then he went to New York, asked if he could take someone for dinner. And I was introduced by a coworker who happens to be the wife of his childhood friend. So there you go. The rest was history.
So you
Okay.
still have your nursing agency?
We still have our nursing agency, and I work with this Fountain of Life hand in hand with providing nurses to my clients and to the hospitals, because I really feel that we need to take care of ourselves as healthcare providers. We have been overlooked. We work extended hours. We are exposed to a much higher risk because in the hospital, everyone is sick. So we have to think of ourselves, because when we get home, a lot of our staff still have to take care of their family who are sick as well. So we really need to take care of ourselves.
And you are on the front line. When anything breaks out, you're the first to be exposed to it. Folks, you're listening to the Liquid Green Health Show on Reality Radio 101. We are the Coxes. And today our guest is Jasmine Marcos. She is a nurse by profession, and she has worked in both hospitals and corporate settings for over a decade in New York City. And she currently is in Toronto. And today we're talking about a specific supplement that's called Fountain of Life, or FOL. And if you need more information after the show, you want to get in touch with Jasmine, her number is 416-625-1129. You can also reach her via email, and I have it somewhere. I'll give it to you before the end of the show.
She can give it to us.
Yeah.
And also, if folks want to just call us or write us at the Liquid Green Health Show at gmail.com, we also can help you to obtain this supplement. Right?
Yeah.
And full disclosure, we take it on a daily basis.
Yes,
and that's why we look so good, right?
Yeah, I have been taking it. Unlike Janet, I love the taste. Yes, it does have a slight bitterish taste, but I love it. But what the main question I want to get to, I want to ask our guest is, how do you take it? I know when we met early in the week, you were telling us of a specific way that you highly recommend how it should be
Yes.
For
taken,
sure.
right?
So,
So if you
Fountain
can
of
tell our audience
Life,
that, I'll appreciate it.
sorry about that. Fountain of Life has two applications. It can be taken orally, and recommended way of doing it is sublingually. You start with 10 drops to 30 drops a day, okay? Or if you're suffering from arthritis, swelling, pain, joint pain, you can apply it topically and massage it for at least 10 to 15 minutes to the affected area. It's good for burns, either electrical, chemical. It's really good for cuts as well, and for wounds, for decubitus ulcers, for shingles, for pimples, for rashes, for allergic reactions, you name it, any skin disorders. And we always have a disclaimer: it's not a cure, not a treatment, not a drug, but what it does, it neutralizes the harmful effects of the free radicals. Okay, so the free radicals are no longer allowed to destroy your cells and your DNA. And taking Fountain of Life also improves your circulation. Now, I did not discuss about the benefit, but I'll come to that. Now, enhancing the effect of Fountain of Life is easy. As I mentioned to Fred, I have a vegan, gluten-free glycerin capsule that I use. And I open it and I put 10 drops. I close it and I take it. 10 to 15 minutes, it will dissolve in your tummy. But take it when you are not hungry. Take it at least
With food.
half an hour, yeah, with food, because we don't want the hydrochloric acid, the acid in your tummy, to interfere with the Fountain of Life, because the lignans in the Fountain of Life, keep in mind, it will still be converted to a different form, which is enterolactone. And that conversion happens in your small intestines.
What's the
In
word?
order,
What's the word?
enterolactone. It's the absorbable type of lignan. It becomes bioavailable to our body because it has been converted to enterolactone.
Okay. So it goes into the microbiome
Right.
and does the work.
Exactly. Now, I just want to mention quickly the benefits of Fountain of Life. It actually takes care of your body from your head all the way to the tip of your toes, like I always say. For people with dementia, it actually helps unclump. The lignans help unclump the clump proteins that they found in people with dementia. It also helps in getting rid of harmful metals in our body. Now, it lowers chronic inflammation, so thus it promotes heart health. Now, it also regulates the blood sugar, and it also helps with erectile dysfunction. It reduces hot flashes in women experiencing menopause, and it also helps you lower your body weight, because body weight, sometimes it's very stubborn to get rid of visceral fat. It's because you have an inflammation somewhere in your body. Now, it also improves your metabolism. It protects your DNA from being damaged by the free radicals, and it decreases your risk of colon cancer, breast cancer, lung cancer by 30%. And also it protects your prostate. It promotes prostate health. So backwards, to rewind 20, 30 years ago, our food was not adulterated. So we can depend on the food that we eat. But now a lot of things change. We have chicken that's available in 30 days. From a chick to a chicken. So that is the Fountain of Life. And different people, we are unique individuals. We respond to different things differently. But keep in mind, if it is synthetic, eventually it has an effect in our body. But Fountain of Life is natural. it tastes like a tree because it comes from a tree.
Okay. All right. So if somebody, one last question before we,
Go ahead.
if somebody's on medication, for example,
Oh,
if
yes.
it lowers blood pressure and you're on blood pressure medication, if somebody takes this, is it going to get worse? If somebody's on cholesterol medication and they're taking Fountain of Life, is it going to be a problem? Is there anyone who should not take it because of a pre-existing condition, for example?
Okay, good question. I've been asked this question many, many times. So they say, I have a lot of maintenance. Maintenance, so they have 2 or more. So we always say that take Fountain of Life, start with 10 drops or 15 drops daily, but take it an hour after you have taken your medications.
Like most medication, you don't want to be.
Exactly. And see for yourself and see how you feel. Because our recommendation, and personally, my recommendation based on my experience with my late husband, Fountain of Life, I did not get to know Fountain of Life then, but I usually would not stick to prescription meds. So what I have done was taper the dosage and then increase the Fountain of Life, because any prescribed medications, when you stop it abruptly, it does you more bad things than good things.
Okay, one last question, because we are into supplements and we take a lot of supplements ourselves. And I know if it's for the glucose, or for if you have if you want your hair to grow or your nails to grow, there's a supplement basically for everything out there. Why is it that or no, the question is, what do you recommend if somebody is taking this supplement and you say this is good for everything, should they drop everything else they're taking? Really?
No, to be honest, Fountain of Life has a lot of benefits, but I still have a lot of my quercetin, my CoQ10. I mean, I'm being realistic. So I'm taking them as well, half an hour after I have taken the Fountain of Life. And then as I run out, I won't buy anymore. So I will see for myself just taking the Fountain of Life, because we also have another supplement, which I did not mention, which is a group of antioxidants, and it's very effective. It's called Divine. It has grapeseed, French maritime pine bark, glutathione, which is a master antioxidant, vitamin C, vitamin E, and zinc.
Right.
So after I have finished with my supplements, in addition to the Fountain of Life, then I will switch to Divine, which is a perfect pair.
Okay, because for the writer, I forget the person's name, who said, help, there's so many out there.
Yeah.
People are going to have to be realistic. You don't need to take everything. Ideally, we should be getting what we need from our food, ideally.
But it's not there.
The soil is terrible, so what we used to get in a handful of spinach.
Yeah. And by the time they
50
finish
years ago to now, it's nothing.
by
And
the
you
time they
mentioned
finish
that.
processing the foods, everything
the
is
bad
gone.
oils that we cook with, the restaurant foods that have
So don't depend
don't
on the
use
food.
the good stuff, right?
And it doesn't matter whether it's organic or whether it's non-organic, right? Every single produce that comes on the market, there's a depletion in the soil itself.
But the organic is touted to be better
unless it's certified. If it's certified organic,
right,
that's different than what they call organic, because certified organic is a long process that they have to go through. That's why it's so expensive.
But like the fast food chains, I think they really honestly should be abolished.
A lot of them should be out of
Or at
business.
least not have so many. But then again, the last time we had a show, Why Are We Fat? I remember you said we're fat because we don't keep our mouths shut. But for people who are even trying to do the good thing, you go to the supermarket, you buy the food, you buy the vegetables, and it's just not what it's supposed to be, right?
And in addition, keep in mind that our body needs a lot of vitamins, but in excess, we just pee them. We don't really know how much we need, but we will feel. We can feel it, right? And the so-called organic, a lot of the companies use it
Yeah.
to justify the price of the product.
Right.
Yeah, that's so true. It's a word that's been, bandied around without any real meaning. Okay, I think let me just check and then we will it's amazing. Remember I said at the top of the show, this hour goes quickly. So when you think that you have a lot of time, a lot of talking time, you're just fooling yourself. Here's an email from Ron, and his question is this fountain of life a pill or liquid? It is in liquid form.
It is a liquid, and if you're online, it comes in a bottle, 30 ml bottle. It's good for 1 month if you're taking 15 drops a day.
And how much is it? Price varies, right? But
the price varies, but I should say about 83 plus tax. That's all.
And
or 83, I think, no tax plus shipping.
Right, and
it's available worldwide, correct? We can ship. You
Correct.
can ship.
Correct.
Right. And here's another email from Charlie. Good information today, Coxes. Is this supplement better than a multivitamin? That's a pretty good question.
Yeah.
Right.
How would you answer that?
How would you answer that?
Well, a lot of people still take the multivitamin, but multivitamin has a different function. But we are targeting the free radicals, which is more harmful to our cells and our DNA.
Okay.
We are targeting the free radicals because once our body will go haywire, we have a lot of free radicals. No matter what supplements you take, they are going to kill us. The free radicals are very, very virulent. Their lifespan is just a fraction of a second. Yeah. But when the number is too high, it can really make us sick in no time.
Yeah. And here's another email from Jamie. Janet and Fred, this is a good show today. I am hooked. Thanks.
Okay, so we hope Jamie will try and get some of this.
Get some more people, and get some fountain of life. Right. So as I said, we're almost to the end of the show.
Tell us again how.
And folks, if you're joining us late or you are a regular listener, this is the Liquid Green Health Show. And today we are speaking to our guest. Our guest is Jazz. I almost said Jacqueline.
Jazz. You can call me Jazz.
Is Jasmine Marcos, or she likes to be called Jazz. And she is a nurse by profession. She has worked in the medical field for more than a decade. And she's also a distributor for the Fountain of Life. And that's what we're talking about today.
And Jazz, you hail from the Philippines, correct?
Yes.
Yes. How long away?
Long. If she can't remember. Yeah, if it takes so long to answer, we know it's long. Now,
I have lived almost double my life outside of the Philippines because I arrived in New York when I was 20 and 10 years in New York City and the rest 28 years in Toronto. So you can do the math.
Yeah, if you're doing the math, guys, you know that's a long time. But if you'd like to get in touch with Jazz, her number is 416-625-1129. Or you can also send her an email at Jaz Marcos, that's JazMarcos @hotmail.com, Jaz Marcos @hotmail.com, or you can write to us directly at liquidgreenhealthshow@gmail.com, and we will get you the information that you're looking for. Right? That's liquidgreenhealthshow@gmail.com. That's a lot easier. Okay. So
Jasmine, thank you so much. And say hello to your beautiful son with the great hair. I forget his name. Isn't that terrible?
Frederick. Your husband's name.
Oh my God.
Yeah. You see how close we are? So close that she forgets my name.
I forget, you know.
Folks, let me just leave her
so much,
right? Let me just leave our listener.
It's my pleasure and my honor to be on the show, and I really want to share to as many people as I can. For as long as there is life, there is hope. And so far, since 2018, we have sold over 1 million bottles, and we have changed people's lives. Those who were bedridden, those who were wheelchair bound, and those who suffered from chronic pain, they felt an amazing change in their lives.
Okay, and thank you for sharing that with us. And as I said before, there are a lot of people that, a lot of distributors that sell this. And I really want to pick up my friend Les Scott, because he was the person that insisted that
Yep.
we look at this
Yep.
before we met you.
And we've been
Okay.
taking it since.
So
So folks, let me leave you with this, right? Before you take any supplements for disease prevention, it is important to know whether the potential benefits outweigh the risks. To make that conclusion, you need to look at the results of well-designed studies. Until then, I'm asking you to be judicious about your use of supplements. If you're lacking in a particular nutrient, please consult your doctor or your healthcare professional, whether you need to look beyond your diet or make up for what you're missing. But don't take more than is recommended, than the daily recommendation intake for that nutrient, unless your healthcare provider advises it. All right. And so once again, we'd like to thank our guest, Jasmine, for being on the show and for providing so much vital information to our guests.
And we should give a plug. We haven't done it in a while to Liquid Green Products.
Yeah, you know what? I have to. I think Gary should be stoning me, because he always keeps telling me, Fred, you have to promote, and
yes,
we are lacking in this department. So today I'm going to take that opportunity, folks. If you're looking for a cleaning product, if you're tired, as a matter of fact, of the cleaning products that you're using, if every time you spray it in your bathroom or in an enclosed area, you have to open the windows, open the door, I call those spray and run products, right? They are damaging to your health. You need to look at a product that leaves no toxic footprint, will clean just as good as the many products out there, the caustic, the chemical products out there. It's called Liquid Green Botanical Multi-Purpose Cleaner. And how do you get that? You go to liquidgreenproducts.com. That's liquidgreenproducts.com. And you make a choice of any of our cleaning products out there. As a matter of fact, I have a promo code that I'm going to give out today. A very simple one. You go to the website, and when you're checking out, just put in LGHS101. That's LGHS101 at liquidgreenproducts.com website, and you are going to get a fantastic discount on the products that you're purchasing, right? So that's liquidgreenproducts.com. If you're looking for a pet shampoo, you're looking for a fruit and vegetable wash, you're looking for a spot and stain remover, if you're looking for a multi-purpose cleaner, go to liquidgreenproducts.com. right? liquidgreenproducts.com. Or you could give us a call at 416-460-5645, or write us, the Liquid Green Health Show at gmail.com. The Liquid Green Health Show at gmail.com.
I like to give out the easy number.
Which one?
905.
Yeah.
What is it?
No, go ahead.
905.
Yeah. See, you don't even remember. This is supposed to be so easy. I don't. 905-554-7336.
No, it's
55 green.
5 green. That's right.
905-55 green.
See, our guest knows the number.
Exactly.
And you didn't know it, and it's supposed to be so simple. It's so simple.
Yes.
But the information, we're going to be talking a lot about supplements. As you know, as you said, we take a lot of supplements, and each one of them are for specific reasons. Yes. You have supplements that's designed specifically for cancer, for diabetes, for arthritis.
You have 1 minute left, so I think you'd better
do your thing. Right. So we're going to be, as we go on, we're going to be talking a lot about things. So, folks,
I would like to read this week.
All right, you go ahead.
Okay. Good health is at the core of human joy and overall well-being. Its influence is profound, extending beyond personal vitality to significantly bolster prosperity and economic advancement. Thus, investing in our health is akin to investing in a brighter, more prosperous future for ourselves and the communities we inhabit.
I have to give you credit for that. You did a wonderful job.
I just don't have the voice quality, right, Gary?
Good job.
Sounded beautiful.
Right, Gary?
In addition, prevention is gold.
Yes, right. There we go. So until next Sunday, same time, same station. Prioritize your well-being. This is Janet and Fred
saying, let's stay healthy on Reality Radio 101. Have a good week, folks.
Thank you for listening to the Liquid Green Health Show with your hosts, Fred and Janet Cox, right here on Reality Radio 101.